All right, welcome to Byfield, Massachusetts. Triton Regional High School, home of the Vikings' second playoff game of the week for the field hockey team. I'm Patrick Heffernan, joined by Robin Volpone, again, a VIP in the field hockey in Massachusetts, especially in the Cape Ann League. And this is a matchup between the number 4 seeded Triton Vikings, who won the other night against Old Rochester, and the number 13 seeded Hanover. Do you know this Hanover team?
I do not. But they come out of the South Shore League, I believe?
South Shore, yep, somewhere between Brockton and Quincy and Marshfield down there. So nice little 2-hour bus ride for them to come up here and play. And we'll see if they come out a little faster than Old Rochester did on Monday night. They seem to be a little slow coming off the bus, but Hanover, maybe a shorter ride, maybe it'll be a little bit quicker for them.
A little bit of daylight still left, so we'll see what happens.
It does, and the lighting changes so much in the time that we're going to be here
Right.
at this game. It's because when it sinks fast. And those lights, they're up, but it's going to be a different feel by the fourth quarter, no doubt. So the starting lineup for the Triton Vikings, we have Riley Bell, Maddie Hillick, Natalie Indignaro, Neela Jones, Devin Karpenko, Samantha Kelly, Paige Levitt, Channing Marengi, Allison Pugh, and Maya Sullivan. Riley Bell being the change from Monday night's game. And getting a question from the fans if there's an online feed. We've called football games where we've had fans harassing us in the middle of the game. So I didn't expect that tonight, but you never know. Field hockey parents, I don't know if they're any different than football parents. But all right, so Hanover going to start with the ball. Good stop by the Triton defense. Their midfield played so well on Monday night, Triton's midfield.
Right.
See how they do tonight.
They had great support and led the attack, with their nice passes. So we'll see if they're as quick today as they were last game.
Yeah, from a coaching perspective, what do you say after a 5-0 win over a team that you sort of never felt threatened by? How do you come out? How do you prepare for this kind of game?
The same way. You can't think that this second game is going to be any easier. I assume, Donna likes to play fast. She likes, her girls to take the hit as soon as possible. I don't believe that will change one bit.
Allie Pugh tries to get it over to Samantha Kelly. Possession again, changes at midfield. Swinging it out to that left side this time. They played it on the right to Paige Levitt a lot to start the game on Monday. We'll see if they come back to her tonight. So far, it's all been on the far side of the field. Is that Riley Bell over there?
Riley is on the left side, yes.
She's only a sophomore or a junior. I thought she was a senior. There's a lot of Bells that keep coming through the system.
She's the last one.
She's the last of the Bells. Okay. All right.
It's a nice job by Neela Jones.
Still
she stayed right with
there.
it. Even though she lost it there, she still stayed right with it.
And we saw that a lot on Monday, too, where the defense played way through the midfield to keep the play going. So hope that keeps on tonight, too. There she is again.
Yeah, that was a great steal with the block tackle.
This time it comes over to Paige. Out in Triton ball. Gonna send it back. Brings it to the middle. Samantha Kelly couldn't quite keep control.
But even the Lynx come back to recover when that defender came up the center. Number 1 went right behind her and
Kelly dropped
recovered,
back. Yeah. And again, Triton ball on the out of bounds. Haven't been able to throw anything into the circle yet, but certainly been controlling the pace of this.
I was just taking a look over and see if they were marking up Maddie the entire time, and she has been without someone on her. So I'm surprised because I know Hanover was here in the crowd the other night. So.
And they must have heard your expert analysis telling the visiting coaches what to do to try and beat this Triton team. That's the one downside of calling these games. Giving away too many secrets, I guess. All right, so here comes Hanover. First time they've really made it past midfield.
Nice steal there by Neela again. She's really strong on that left side.
Yeah, she's definitely shown up. And they're playing it to that side, too. The ball really hasn't come over here much near us at all. Absolutely gorgeous night for field hockey, too.
We get the best view in the cow right there.
It is the best view in the cow, no question. Kelly now, chance to swing it out to the wing. Good effort by the Hanover player. .22 for Hanover, that's Ava Tolia. Play by Paige. Keep any momentum from going. And she gets the ball. So it's funny that Paige is a offensive player in field hockey because she's a defensive specialist in basketball.
In basketball,
yeah.
Yes, she is.
She's the, I don't know if you watch the Celtics much, but she's the Marcus Smart of that team. So comes on the court, brings a lot of energy and plays a lot of defense. Out now, Hanover ball. So you seen anything different from the Triton team tonight?
Yeah, like you said, it's been on the left side a lot more. That could be because Riley's, back in the lineup. But definitely this Hanover team is quicker to the ball than what Old Rochester was the other night. So, it's a little bit of a struggle right now in the midfield. I don't think anything's really been in the circle either way yet. It's all been between the 30s. So.
There's no high sticking in field hockey.
Well, because they let it come down, it was a deflection off a stick and it came down and both players waited for it to come down. Had they tried to play that in the air and they were near each other, then it would have been based on danger.
So really smart play in the back by, I think, Allie Pugh. Clear that ball out. She sends it again off of one of the Hanover players' feet. Chance for Paige Levitt to do something with it here. Almost goes right into the photographer there. Dangerous spot to be on that sideline. The way that ball's flying around. All right, so here we go. Maya Sullivan. She sends it to the middle. There's Hillick.
She needs to put that mouth guard in her mouth.
And now we're finally into the circle. At last, something could happen, and instead it's going to spill out. Going to be Triton ball again. Hillick now. Nope, she's going to give it up to Maya Sullivan again. Chance to put it in, right?
The ball still has to travel 5 yards here. It's inside the 25.
Good play by Sullivan. Keeping that ball alive down there. And there's a chance. Hughes turns with it. Chaos inside. Paige almost a chance to do something there. Goalie managed to clear it.
Way to step up. That was a great little play by Allie.
Gives that ball to Maya. Chance now to score. Riley Bell with it. And it comes out. And it's going to be a corner. So the first corner of the night goes to Triton.
Now we have Maddie's the inserter today.
Yeah, who was it last on Monday? I don't recall.
I don't remember either. But I didn't think it was Maddie.
All the way out. There's the shot in. Oh, off the post. Kelly keeps it alive, keeps it inside the circle. Chance for Channing. She can't send it around. The ball's going to come out. Going to come way out. Allie Pugh with some good defense. Gets a stop. Chance for Hanover to reset. Triton gets back on defense. Keep it up blue is kind of a funny cheer right now. Both teams look blue to me.
Both teams are blue, yes.
Maybe that's just a fan of the game. A parent that doesn't care either way.
That's right.
We don't have that lack of bias here. We are unabashedly cheering for Triton.
Well, still a little neutral here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm unabashedly cheering for Triton. Halfway through the first now, first quarter, no goals by either team, 0-0 the score. Maddie Hillock loses her stick in midfield. And so the first little bit of a sustained attack by Hanover here. Haven't put the ball in the circle yet. Probably their best chance right here.
Right.
Instead, it's going to go long and out the end. Yep. So that all kind of came to nothing, surprisingly, by Hanover. It's not a great use of that opportunity.
No.
Riley Bell now down the left sideline. Roll out and be Hanover ball.
Triton just doesn't seem to be as fast right now as they were last night, but that could just because Hanover is, keeping their pace.
They're matching that, so that you're not seeing that disparity between the speeds of the team like we saw on Monday night. And that's Jones, right? Just playing really, really well on that left side. Now it's going the other way. Here we go. So one thing that I haven't seen a lot, maybe you can, is it just because of the nature of the field that it doesn't seem to, you don't seem to switch fields much. It just happened as I'm saying it, but that seems like it's pretty rare to have the ball switch fields like that.
Actually, the switching of the field is a key component to stretch out the other team. So you should see a lot of changing of fields, and you'll hear the coaches yell that. Change of field. This is what this is over here. She's going to go.
She's going to go off to that left side again to try and find Riley.
Yep.
And there's Riley Bell on the ball. Chance to send it up to Hillock. Hillock's got it now. Hillock on a little bit of a breakaway. She's going to pull it back.
Oh, almost. Channing's feet got in the way there.
Yeah. She was in the right spot, though.
She absolutely was, and Maddie knew where she was going to be.
So good communication without even having to say anything. All right, Paige Levitt sends it in. Channing again. Here's Hillock with a chance. And there's the second corner for Triton. Run of play has been all to Triton, but they haven't had too many. I think really only one shot on goal so far, and that one hit off the post. Comes Hillock. 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Ball's out. It's over. Nicely done. Chance to keep it, and she does. Riley Bell on somebody's feet. Yep, there's another corner. Good pressure on Hanover. They just need to score. Let's open this game up. Back and forth. They set it up for
off of number one's foot.
Off of Sullivan. Is that Sullivan? No, Kelly. Samantha Kelly.
Number one.
Yeah, Samantha Kelly. Getting that pace as the ball's coming out of the when it's a corner, getting the pace right, because you want to send it to your teammate fast enough that they get the advantage of time. But if it's too hard a shot, or if it's too hard a pass, then they're not going to be able to control it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But you have to get it out faster than that fly is coming out from the end line.
There's Kelly in the middle with it. Sends it up. Paige Levitt with a chance. Couldn't quite get her stick on it. Channing again.
Obstruction.
And again, it's going to Triton. Kelly sends it over. Tries to get it to Riley Bell. Good play by the Hanover player. Kelly a little bit stymied there in the center by number 22. That ball's going to roll out. Yep.
Hanover seems to be doing a better job of marking than Old Rochester did, too.
Yeah.
They're not moving freely about like they did in the first game.
And that's another adjustment they got to make. All right, there's a chance to throw it in. And there's Hillock with it. Oh, it's going to be... You got something to say about that? Yeah, I think I might have bumped. There we go. You got something to say about that call?
It just would have been, you see the foul, you just maybe let it hold it and see what happens. You can always go back to it.
So Hillick out again. She's got a chance with it now to the center.
See, he held there.
Yep. And now he's going to call it for Hanover. Ball will come out of the circle. Got under 2 minutes now to play in this first quarter. Neither team able to break into the goal. But most of the action down here on the Triton offensive end, which is good.
Definitely in the last 3 minutes.
Starting to go the other way now. Hanover with a bit of a charge. Jones again stepping up, making a great defensive play.
She's really strong on that side.
I wonder how much of that is just confidence in knowing she's got Riley Bell playing up in front of her too.
Well, she had a really good game, on that side against Old Rochester too, and she's on their strong side, so the opposing team's strong side, so she's there for a reason.
Bell with it, taken away by the Hanover player. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Norwood. Why is that in my head?
Almost the same area.
Okay. Ball comes out to midfield. It's going to stay Hanover ball. Quick start really doesn't get him anything because Jones is there.
Maddie doesn't seem to be as high up. She's she's on the left side of the front line. The front line's ahead of her right now, which wasn't the case in the first game.
I wonder how much of that is adjusting to just having another player out there, how much of that is just adjusting to the... And there's the end of the first quarter. We got a little bit of a tricky chord tonight. That's okay. So first quarter, nothing, but all Triton. Really.
Right, a couple of times it got past the 25 for Hanover, and they got into, they had a chance to get it into the circle that one time, but then they squandered that opportunity.
Didn't seem to do much with it, Yeah, and so three corners for Triton. None of them come into goals, but all three look pretty good. I mean, it is a change having Maddie Hillick inbounding that ball. Is that what it's inbounding? Inserting. I was this close.
Close.
Learning with every game. They keep winning. I'm gonna have to keep learning. So that's the doubt. Well, I guess there's a huge curve that I can go up. So that's the plus side. But anything you would change for Triton now, or just say keep the pressure on?
I think what they're doing is fine, but I think they need to look up a little more before they're putting the ball ahead of them. The first game they had, they could have just put it up without even looking, and they knew that their teammates were going to be there. This Hanover team seems to be marking a lot better, so the front line's not as wide open as it was in that first game.
What we saw in the first game was a lot of Triton passes going just player to player, really smooth, moving up and down the field, and we haven't seen that same thing tonight. And I think you're right that Hillick is playing on the far side, on her to our far side, to her left a lot more than she was on Monday night too. That could also have something to do with the defense. It might just be giving it to her and not giving her the right side the same way.
Yeah, she was mostly dead center, Old Rochester game, but she's snuck up a little more, and like I said, the last couple of times down, the front line has been ahead of her. Yeah, and that definitely wasn't the case the last game.
So going into the second quarter here, nothing. I do have to say one thing: that the looking for information on Hanover, it's amazing how well the Cal does just the basic web IT part of following sports. Have you ever looked at the different...
the Cal Scores website that they have?
It's fantastic. Like, all the information's there. It's easy to see. It's easy to read. It's easy to find. And when I look around some of the other leagues in the state, it's just not the same. Of course, I'm only looking at tournament time, but still. So a huge shout out plus to whoever manages all of the different Cal sports scores and the different websites for the schools, because it just makes a massive difference trying to prepare for this. And of course, a shout out to Viking TV too, and Bob being here and having this happen. This is great.
This is great. One bonus from COVID is that just about everything now gets either streamed or taped so that you can watch it later.
Right. Only downside is when your friends tell you that you're on TV and you're like, wait, that game? No, not that game. So here comes Hanover again. See if they make something with this opportunity. Jones is there.
I mean, if I was at Hanover right now, I'd be trying to switching fields because they're just not getting past Neela right now.
They really haven't. Yeah, they haven't tested the side nearly as much. Here comes Riley. I'm sorry, Paige. Decent defense, but a little bit too much body. Here she comes again, sends that ball up. Beautiful pass, but it's off her feet. And that's Amelia Height. Got tripped up on that one. Nice play by MIAA on that one.
Hanover's doing a better job of putting someone in front of a Triton player than Old Rochester did for sure. And this is why these balls aren't getting through like they were the other day.
Paige is going to send it to the middle, but there's a Hanover stick there. Kelly tries to grab it, can't. Ball sneaks by Devin. Penko gets all the way over to Jones on the far sideline. Coming the other way. Ball seems to just be moving slower on this surface tonight too. I don't know if it's colder, but it shouldn't make the ball slower, right?
Well, we might have had a little bit of dampness on the field for the 6 o'clock start, and so actually when the field is wet, the ball moves a lot quicker.
Okay.
So that's why you see in the college game, especially on a corner, they'll put water on the spot so that the ball doesn't bounce when they insert it. It just slides across.
That seems a little suspect, being able to change up the field like that.
Well, any team can do it.
Okay,
So.
all right. I suppose you switch ends, so.
Well, they just leave a water bottle down there and you just squirt it on the spot.
Oh, right as you're going to. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Hanover gets it close again to the circle, but not in yet. Ball kind of popping around there. A lot of fighting for the ball. Jones again is the one who starts to clear it. Ball finally gets into the circle and out at the back. That's the first time they've threatened, and it's 5 minutes or 3 minutes into the second quarter here.
But even so, even though Hanover had that one player in there, she was being marked by Allie. So, you know, the defense is doing a great job knowing where they're supposed to be in recovering for each other and holding their marks.
Well, they're showing up like a number 4 seed. And again, this is the number 13 seed. They were at 10-6-1 on the season, but on a 5-game winning streak coming into tonight.
Yeah, momentum's key.
Momentum can be huge, yep. That ball's coming screaming out for
Maddie's
Paige.
now way back here at the, at the 50, and her front line is much further ahead of her.
What a part of that is sort of first half strategy to see, give her the whole field to play with, see what she can do. Oh, nice play by Paige Levitt. Chance to center it. It's going to be off her foot?
It's off Hanover foot, yeah.
21 marking up Height pretty well. Ball's going to come across the middle to Kelly. Kelly bumped off the ball. Yep. Did you call that?
I might have gestured.
All right, so here we go. There's the first corner for second quarter for Triton. Hillock again from that same side. A little bit wider angle, it looks like this time.
Well, you can go as far over as the circle comes to the end line where it meets.
She's a lot closer to the end line than she was the last time. Comes across.
Another one, yeah.
Another corner. I missed that. Was that off a foot?
I believe it went behind her, so then she's causing obstruction. The Triton player couldn't get to the ball.
It happens super fast. Credit to these refs to be able to see all that. Ball comes out now to Kelly. Kelly's going to unload. Hillock is right there. Ball's in! And there's the first goal of the night. I think that was Height that actually got it. Amelia Height.
So what number corner was that on?
That was on the 5th corner of the game.
Not too bad. You know, so the more you get in there, the more you get those fouls, the more opportunities you're going to have to score.
Yeah, so it took 5 corners, but they got one in. And I think I think Hillick's shot and it came off the goalie, and then Height just sort of put it in, so nicely done.
Triton goal scored by Amelia Height.
And she comes off after scoring that goal. Going to be replaced by Channing, who I guess had been out for that amount. I didn't see that, didn't notice that she wasn't on the pitch. And now she's on the pitch.
So there's a new rule this year where when you sub, you have to wait. Even after a goal, you have to wait for the player to come off the field. So I think that's what the official was trying to make sure that's what was happening.
Here comes Paige Levitt again. She just takes that ball 50, 60, almost 70 yards. Just so smooth, and the ball's in there again. Chance to do something, centers it. There's no goalie in position. Hillick centers it again. Here's a shot. More chaos inside. There's a chance for Hillick.
Yeah, but cold night. Probably hit her right off of one of her toes.
Yeah, Hillick kind of limping a little bit as she comes out.
But you can see that Triton feels it now. You know, they've got that. They broke through. They broke the ice.
And that little run by Paige, just to bring it down, that just sort of showed no matter where the ball gets down on the defensive end, they can race it all the way up the field. And that'll be out. Triton ball. Maya Sullivan to inbound it. Is this inbound here? That's not insert. That's just inbound, right?
That's just inbound,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Back to Maya Sullivan.
Third party, yeah. So it was basically like a screen in basketball.
Yeah, she got in the way.
Yep.
Yep.
Up her stick, yes.
No, there we go.
Call. Sometimes that's hard to see that it goes up the defender's own stick and into her.
You said these are some pretty good refs.
They are very good officials.
Top shelf. I like that. I like the Triton field hockey gets good refs. It's not always been the case.
Everyone gets good refs.
No,
You're going to get me in trouble.
No, my friend, not every sport. No, I'm unafraid to say what I think. And so here's the insert from Hillick again, all the way back. Ball's across the middle. To Kelly. Riley Bell, a chance to do something.
A little too aggressive there, yeah. Pushed her.
Actually, that was Paige Levitt all the way on the other side, not Riley Bell. So I guess once that ball on those corners, you can end up kind of anywhere when it's chaos like that, huh?
Well, yeah, you probably set up a little bit differently. So she was probably on the left side of the field for that corner.
So halfway through the second quarter, Triton up 1-0. Pressuring a lot, but it can change fast. Looking at Hanover's season, they had a couple games where they scored 4 goals, but most of them all the rest of the games were under 4. And only one game where they got shut out 4-0. So they're not a team that either wins big or loses big. It's all pretty close. So I imagine we're going to see a lot of that tonight. Ball's out. Hanover ball.
Yeah, they're not rolling over just because it's 1-0. So
not for a second. So a substitution on the Hanover side.
There's some speed right there, trying to get there first.
And that ball come back out. Straight up from where it went out.
Right, so wherever it goes over the end line, you have to bring it up to the 16-yard from where it went out.
From where it went out, yep. That's a rugby kind of rule. It's the same way in rugby when you're kicking an extra point after a try. You bring it straight back from where you put it down in the end zone. Kelly sends it over to Paige.
So that
Paige
was just
controls it super nicely.
Easy change of field.
Beautifully done. Ball will come back a little bit.
Nice flat pass right here. She's
MIAA
wide
Sullivan
open.
waits and
There
then
we
sends
go.
it to her. Kelly trying to get after it. Kayla Erickson out there now for Triton on that far side defense. Or midfield, I guess. Less than 5 now left in the first half. Hanover sends it back. Maddie Hillick with a chance to do something. She does. She keeps going. Good defense on her, but she's still got some control of that ball. Now she's down, and it looks like she might be. Nope, I thought she was hurt for a minute there, the way she went down. Counter by Hanover now. Ball finally goes out. Stops play for a second. Yeah, Hillick looks okay. For a second there, it looked like she might have been pulled a muscle or something the way she reacted, but.
Well, I think it went off her foot, and then the official let it play because he could see that the Hanover girl was going to get the ball, but Maddie's momentum was still taking her forward, but she was trying to turn around to play the ball, so she definitely had an awkward body position there.
Sends it over to Paige. Nicely done by Samantha Kelly. She puts the ball up, and it's going to roll out. No, nice save by the Hanover girl to keep that ball in. MIAA Sullivan. She brings it to Allie Pugh. Or Channing, rather. Sorry, Channing. MIAA again. Looks for Kelly. Looks for Riley. Looks for somebody on that left side. Not there. Good defense by the Hanover
They're sending people, defense in twos, which is really slowing them down.
Ball's going to run out. It's going to be Triton ball.
We used to have a coach that would call that hunting in pairs. So
yeah?
that's what they're doing right now.
That's what Hanover's doing
Correct.
to Triton, yeah. And again, the chance to threaten here by Hanover.
Nice jab by Neela.
Jones is there, and Jones sends it up the field. Riley Bell after it. Good defense, sends it back around. Jones is there again. Jones is going to bring it all the way over midfield, but lose it out of bounds. Under 3 minutes to play now in the first half. Hanover taking their time. And they did what old Rochester did. They passed it right to a Triton player. So
Unfortunately, yes.
It's not unfortunate. We'll take that. We don't
For
complain.
them, it was unfortunate.
For them. Natalie Nignaro in the game now. She's going to send it across the field. Doesn't quite make it to the Triton side.
Paige will come out wide here.
Allie Pugh looks for Paige. Oh, fantastic defense right there by Triton. Ball's going the other way. It's number 16 that time for Triton, Natalie Nigaro. Some really good defense. But Hanover threatening. Ball comes in. Kelly, chance to throw it forward. Going to be a clash right there at the 40-yard line. Hanover wins it. Sends it in. It's inside the circle now. It was a shot. First legit shot on goal by Hanover. Good save by our keeper.
And Neela just comes right across. Yeah, now she's going to be on this side and just gets it out of there. What a great job.
Stick handled that thing all the way up. Yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, Neela Jones. She's the MVP so far. She's really playing extremely well.
She is.
Part of that is Hanover's playing the ball to her side. Here they come again.
They have a little momentum right now. They can sense that they're a little bit stronger right now. Maybe Triton's a little tired.
Yeah, Triton might be playing for the whistle, and there's less than a minute left in this half. But a great save by Sophia Chapman on the first real shot that came in from Hanover. Looked confident in the net. That's good. Ball's out. Hillick is not a step slow now.
No, she's turning the jets on.
It's all the way up there. Ball stays in somehow. There's a chance to center it now. It's got Paige right here. Comes across. Kelly, she sends it in. The ball's going to roll.
It's going to be a 25-yard.
And there's not going to be enough time. The whistle's going to go before she even gets the ball back on the field. And there we go. There's the halftime whistle. Triton with a 1-0 lead going into the second. How do you feel about that?
I think they're fortunate to have a 1-0 lead. You know, Hanover actually looked a lot stronger the last 3 minutes there. So, you know, if they carry that momentum into the second half, it should be pretty tight for the rest of the game.
Well, that'd be great. It'd be exciting. Still want to see Triton win, though. Any changes you think? I mean, so we'll talk Triton first. Any changes you think you want to see out of them coming into the second half? It looked like they started to, right after I made a dumb comment about it, it looked like they started to switch the field a lot more. Do you think that's kind of a key to keeping Hanover off their game?
Well, yeah, you want to stretch out the other team for sure, but I think Triton needs to realize that Hanover is putting people in front of them, unlike against Old Rochester the other day. So, you know, they've got to make the move to get in front of Hanover so that they're receiving the passes a little more cleanly and they're not being picked off. But it also looks like, you know, they're having a little bit trouble. The front line's having a little bit trouble with maintaining possession with the ball cleanly as well right now. So, but they're getting a lot more pressure today than they were the previous game. So, you know, they just need to, you know, just step it up a little bit, I think. I mean, they're not playing bad at all.
No.
But it's definitely a lot closer game. And it almost feels like one of those games where you could almost dominate like the whole game and then something odd can happen.
Right,
and then the other team will score the one time that they're in, you know, your circle. So, you know, they definitely want to put another one on the board before something like that happens.
Yeah, that's the, you know, it's almost like soccer. The biggest lead in sports is 2-0 in soccer. I feel like that would be the same thing here. If the Triton can get another goal up there, it's really going to change the way this game feels right now. Because, yeah, going into halftime, it feels like Hanover has all the momentum on their side. So if you're Hanover, what are the adjustments you're making coming out to try and beat this Triton team?
Just keep doing what they're doing. They're actually doing a really good job. Like I said, they're jumping in front of all the passes. They're getting in front of the Triton receivers. They've just got to string some things together offensively on their end, and they need to recognize that they can't go down the right side. I mean, Mila Jones has just stopped them the entire game so far. And then we've also seen that, you know, she can come right across and take it. You know, Triton does such a great job of recovering for each other. So when Neela came over on this side, you know, another defender went to replace her on her side. So, but, yeah, I would not be bringing it down the right side. I would move some people around. That
last point, that's 100% a coaching thing, because I think players instinctively, if they know where they're supposed to be on the pitch, on the field, they stay there. And so being coached to, when you see your teammate going swinging around one side, that you need to be active and get to the other side and get to that space. I think that's a big coaching thing. So anticipate that we'll see Hanover switch to the other side and try and bring it down their right side, bring it down their
well, if they continue
right
to keep it coming down the right side, we'll definitely see it on, you know, closer to us. But, you know, if I was them, I would be trying to switch it up to the other side, you know, to get away from Neela. Not that, you know, Allie Pugh's not going to do a great job as well. I mean, we saw how well she played in the last game. I mean, I think the Triton defense is strong on both sides, but, you know, Jones has just really showed how strong of a player she is. And I believe she was a Cape Ann League All-Star this year.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
You know,
excellent.
She's living up to that.
Yeah,
sure.
She absolutely is. So you mentioned hunting in pairs. Is there a danger to that strategy that you kind of expose yourself if Triton can find sort of the open player because the defense is using
well, that's
that
the thing. Can you find the open player when you have two people on you? So, you know, that's the risk you take. So, I mean, it's a great strategy. I know a lot of coaches that do the same thing. So it's harder to get it through 9 other people.
Right.
Even, you know, and you have 2 people on you. So.
And you mentioned early in the game that Triton wasn't looking up on their passes, that they were keeping their head down a little bit too much, and maybe that's part of, you know, when you have the two players on top of you, you're not looking up as well. And sort
you're
of
not worried about 2 sticks in front of you instead of the one. So, yeah.
And the refs, you think they're calling a pretty good game? But I've only seen you make a call once or twice in the first half.
I think they're doing a great job.
Excellent.
They're doing a wonderful job. And then, they're letting the team play. There are some fouls that are happening out there, but because of the flow of the game and the advantage, they're letting them play on. So.
Right. No, it's been looks like a really clean game from what the little I know about field hockey, but it certainly has been up and down the field. It's been exciting. So Hanover yet to get a corner though. Is that surprising?
I think we'll see them get a couple this quarter. With the momentum that they've built, the Triton defense is bending. I don't think they'll break, but they're bending. And, those feet get in the way sometimes. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple.
Yeah. Because it really is about getting it in the circle and letting something happen to set yourself up. Yeah. So the Triton team comes out. Not sure if they've made any significant substitutions in this starting team. Coming back out for the second doesn't look like it. Triton will start with the ball. Riley Bell here closest to us. And she sends it down. Riley with a chance to do something right away. And it's going to go out. It's going to be Triton ball. So Devin Karpenko here on the sideline nearest us this time. Chance to see her play a little bit closer up.
So she took it away from the block up there. That's a great decision.
Brought it out to Kelly. It's going to swing all the way over to Paige. Looks like it's going to go out over there. Yep. A little too much.
But instead of trying to put it through the block up, she's like, all right, we're going to go wide. We're changing fields. And then that stretches everyone out across the field.
Right to the center. Triton controlling it.
MIAA worked hard there to get that obstruction call.
Yeah, she's having a really good game too. I mean, we saw a lot of her in the first half, kind of controlling things in the center. So she's doing really well. She's got Sullivan with her, brings it to her, spun around off a foot. Triton got to drop back. Somebody's saying let it fly. I'm not entirely sure that's what Hanover should be doing right now. They need to control this a little bit more and get some better chances. But maybe throw the puck at the net. That's
right.
But what we haven't seen from Hanover today is what we saw on Monday, where Old Rochester a couple times threw the ball from way too far out. But that's kind of a strategic. I mean, that's just a player making a mistake kind of thing. It's not really.
It doesn't seem Old Rochester had a couple of players that had some really strong drives. I haven't seen a really strong drive yet from Hanover.
Kelly Sullivan sends it up. Or Samantha Kelly. I'm going to get her name right eventually.
MIAA Sullivan.
MIAA Sullivan and Samantha Kelly. Samantha Kelly sent that ball.
Put them together and.
Ball's going to be kept in bounds. And here's Jones on the near side to us. And she wins the ball. Chance to send it up. A little bit too hard. Riley Bell couldn't quite handle it. So it's not like soccer where there's a ball girl or boy running up the sideline.
You can have ball people, and they're highly recommended, especially in the state tournament. When they get to the North final, whatever the sectional final is, I believe you have to have them.
So Jones loses it to Hanover that time. Hanover's still trying to bring this ball down the right side. And still running into Jones. Sends it up this time to Bell again, who's there. Jones again. Yeah. Not a well-received call by the Hanover fans, I will say. I'm not sure what you thought of it, but
there was stick obstruction there.
Yeah. Ball comes over to Paige. Calm on it as always. Nope. Chance to do some more here. Chance to bring it into the circle. Into the center.
Just out of her reach.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
Samantha Kelly with it. Riley trying to bring it in. Oh, and that ball's going to pop loose until it ends up going out. Triton ball. Just going to bring it over the middle to Kelly. Good defense there. Just to stop the momentum of that. Just looks good. Here comes Paige. Paige bringing it all the way across the field. Finally sends it over to Riley Bell.
That was a nice pullback.
Fantastic little move by Riley. Ball ends up in the Hanover player's hands, though. Here we go. Chance to send it down. Hillick keeps it in. Chance to bring it into the circle. Good defense by Hanover right there, and it gets called against Triton. That was pretty impressive.
Had her arm on her.
But she kept the ball in. That was pretty impressive. I can forgive the arm on her when she makes a play like that. I'm all right.
No, that's why it was called that. She had her arm on.
That's why I'll never be a ref. I'm like, that was such a great play. You can do whatever you want for a couple minutes. All right, here comes Triton again. Nope, turned over.
Mila got sucked in a little bit there.
It's number 10 for Hanover, bringing it way down, but she doesn't have any support. Nobody there on the Hanover side. And instead, we're going the other way.
So this is the difference between the old Rochester game. We would have seen two Triton players coming down the middle, waiting for that pass, from the sideline. They just, they seem just a little bit slower today than they were the other day.
Could be on purpose. Coach might have told them to play a little more conservative, right? You think it's that they're slower, or you think that they're...
I just think they're a tad bit slower today, that's all. They're just not moving to the ball like they were.
Now they have a chance, though. Kelly throws it in. It's in the circle. Paige on it.
Nice job.
Oh, and that's going to be the first corner of the second half for the Triton Vikings. Hanover player went down. Looked like she might have taken the ball into the knee.
Which, she didn't have a lot of player control, so yeah, she caused the contact and then put herself down into the ground.
So Hillick from the same side again that she was inserting it in the first half. Paige out here closest to us. Oh, it's going to slide under the stick. Come all the way back out near midfield.
Nice job by Maya to recover there.
And she could throw it back in. She's got some help right there in the center. Paige couldn't quite turn on it.
Way to see that, Allie. That was she didn't complete it, but she saw it.
Saw that it was coming. Yeah.
And they're not afraid to step in and take that risk because they know they've got their other defenders, going to recover for them.
Again, well coached in the back that they know how to slide over into position and get there when they need to be. So halfway through this third quarter now, still 1-0 Triton. Momentum has really not swung in either direction so far in the second half. One opportunity for Triton, and that's it. And the field looks completely different than it did at the beginning of the game.
Yes.
Once that sun goes down, now very much under the lights.
And the other thing with this field at night is there is a little bit of a sheen on it, so that also makes it really hard to see, ball and foot and contact.
Yeah, and they're going again with the orange ball that you're not a fan of.
No, not a fan.
Chance to put it in. Good defense by Hanover right there. Kind of just set up a wall, didn't let them come in. Decent student section here tonight. Gotta like to see that. Not the crazy Viking ship like a football game, but still good number of students. Oh, and there's a chance inside. Oh, fantastic save.
Defensive save by that defender. Great defensive save. That's why they're there.
I think that goalie was out of position, right?
Well, you put a defender behind them. So now, had she stopped that with her foot or any part of her body, it would have been a penalty stroke. Not a goal. It would have been a penalty stroke.
So here comes the insertion from Hillick. This time right to the middle, all the way across.
It's going
Big
out.
wind
Yep.
up and a swing, but it didn't go anywhere. So how does Hillick decide who she's going to insert it to?
Well,
Is it
Donner yells out a number,
Okay.
so they have, you know, a certain play.
yeah.
But having her be the inserter, she just goes in and hangs out at the post afterwards, so she's going to scoop up any rebound, and that's,
Right.
you know, on purpose.
Right. Ball now into the center for Hanover. The offensive end for the first time in a little bit. A little bit of chaos. Really nicely done. Sends it over to Riley Bell. Sends it up to Hillick. Doesn't quite get there. It's Devin Karpenko who's playing really well there. Ball's up. Stopped cold. Samantha Kelly turns it around. She's got help on the left side. And here's Jones again. Controls it, sends it up, gets the call. That's on purpose, right? She's trying to hit it off of the girl's foot?
Well, no, number 10 stick came through and caused stick obstruction.
I'm still giving it to Jones. I'm saying she did that on purpose.
Yeah, okay.
Calling the game I see.
All right.
Despite what might actually be happening out there. And that's a turnover. And Hanover with a chance here at the 35-yard line. Under 5 to play in the third. Big wind up. Ball's still not into the circle, and it's going to go out.
That's what you do. If you can't get it to someone, you just get it out to the sideline. You don't want to put it up to the middle and have it get picked off.
So Hanover sort of slowly moving up the field. They were at the 35, now they're at the 30 with possession, but now it gets all the way inside. Good control there by Jones.
Yep, and she knows not to put it back the other way.
Right. And that's finally into the middle. Chance to shoot. Great defense inside by Triton. Still holding on to it. It's right in the center. Total chaos. The ball comes out finally. Samantha Kelly running it down that right side. Taking it all the way up to the 50-yard line. Finally sends it across. Absolutely fantastic by
That was a
Triton.
nice job.
Cleared that ball. She put it on her stick and just ran with it. That was excellent. But Hanover's got to be feeling it right now. I mean, that was the most they've threatened really this entire game. The ball stayed in there for quite a while. 3 minutes now left in the third.
It's just, it doesn't seem like they can just maintain it. You know, they have a little spurt and then they lose all their momentum.
Hillick with the ball now. She's sent down on that far right sideline. It's going to be Triton ball. She'll send it in. She's got teammates in the middle. She finds them. Another opportunity here for Triton. Hillick swings back over to the middle. Ball's got to come up a little bit more, yep. Back, looking around, throws it into Kelly. It's in the circle. Page can't quite get a hold of it. It's going to come back out. Good chase there. Is that Allie Pugh over there?
Yeah. She just kind of said, "You're not going to be able to get by me, so your only way out is over the sideline."
And it worked. Now she brings it up, stick handles it herself, sends it up to Page. Slide by and run out the other end. So we're under 2 minutes now in the third. Still 1-0. It is the Hanover Hawks. Hawks and Vikings. Big swing. Stopped cold by Samantha Kelly. And it's going to be Triton's ball right here. Paige Levitt takes it, sends it to Kelly. Kelly into the circle. There's a chance for Page. There's a big chance. Nope. Looked like Allie Pugh was going to be able to get there in time, but no. No, comes right across the middle.
Nobody there.
And out, yep.
3 Hanover people in front of the 1 Triton player.
Allie Pugh controls it enough to get it back to her teammates. Riley Bell now chasing it down the side. Missed call, you think?
No, he put his arm up for advantage.
And Riley Bell still has it. Back into the center. Hillick, no, that's Paige Levitt with it. Paige Levitt still with it. And that's going to be a corner.
Nice job staying with it. So we got 20 seconds left. So if the horn goes off and the corner's still going on, they'll continue with the corner.
9th corner of the game for Triton. Chance, nope. Oh, another one. Another corner, so there goes the horn. You said the ball's got to come out twice, right?
Ball has to come out of the circle twice or once across the apron, which is 5 yards from the corner. I mean, from the circle.
Right. So here's Hillick. Sends it out nicely. Chance to put it in off somebody's foot. Oh, chance to score. Oh, just misses, and that's going to go out, and that's going to end the 3rd, right?
Yes, it is.
So end of the 3rd, still 1-0. And Triton has had now 10, by my count, corners in this game. Hanover not with a single one, but, you know, 1 corner, 1 opportunity in this game is tied. So
it still has that feel, you know, you're going to dominate the game, but something might happen. You get that 1 opportunity, and it might score it in.
And then so now this 4th quarter is all about discipline. It's all about being smart with the ball when you have the ball, maintaining control as much as you can. And defensive plays like we saw Allie Pugh do, where she just, you know, sort of denied the girl any opportunity to break out. Really only gave her the sideline until she was finally out of bounds. So
they just got to keep doing what they've been doing, you know, and hope that the momentum doesn't switch, so that Hanover gets a couple of opportunities.
And Hanover hasn't changed to the other side of the field at all. They still seem to be bringing the ball down this right side. It just hasn't broken for them. And the one time they got it in was bringing it down the right side, and then there was just plenty of chaos in front of the goal. But despite all that, never got a corner kick out of it.
Right.
So, which is kind of surprising the way this game has gone. But
well, I mean, I think that just shows how strong the Triton defense has been playing. So, you know, they were bending there, and again, they didn't break. You know, they stopped the ball, and then, you know, they cleared it all the way out to the 50 until, you know, before it went out of bounds.
Right, Samantha Kelly just took that ball. And on the other end, Triton had a shot that looked great, and then, like you pointed out, the Hanover defender was just in the exactly in the right spot. Again, well coached, right spot to be. Deflected that ball out, so because the goalie was definitely out of position. But you know, in the goalie's defense, it was a little bit of chaos before all that happened. So so this is it. We got 15 minutes left. Triton can get a 2nd win here in the playoffs. Keep moving along. Again, the number 4 seed. You mentioned earlier 2 other Cal teams up against each other: Georgetown and Linfield. Right,
and Linfield won 4-1. And then Manchester Essex played Frontier Regional today. That was a 4 o'clock start, so I'm sure they're at the same spot where we are. They probably have 1 quarter left.
We don't usually get live updates like out-of-town scoreboard. That's, you know, that'll be in a few years. We'll get that kind of.
Well, my officials are texting me the scores when they're done, so that's why I knew the score of the Linfield-Georgetown game. And then who else is playing? Hamilton Wyndham traveled to Sutton today.
Okay.
And I think there was one more, wasn't there?
Pentucket is still in, right? Didn't they win the other day?
Pentucket plays tomorrow at noontime
okay.
against Bishop Stang.
Okay. Noontime, right, because tomorrow is Veterans Day.
Yes.
So, yep. Any veterans in your family you want to give a little shout out to?
My dad was in the Air Force.
All right.
Yes.
My father was in the Army, so there we go.
My brother Dale was in the Navy.
Nice.
So.
Nice. I have a father-in-law who was in the Army. Sister-in-law who was in the Army. My father was in the Army. And then more great aunts and uncles than I can count that were in the Navy and the Army, you know, that World War II generation. So. Triton controlling the ball pretty well now. Hands it over to Samantha Kelly, midfield. She's going to keep it. Nice little spin. Sends it up. Riley Bell there challenging on the sideline until it goes out. It's going to be Triton ball. Triton with a chance again. Here comes Paige Levitt to Karpenko with the chance to put it in. Good defense by Hanover.
There we go.
Ball's in there. Centers it. Nope, not quite. Still another chance to shoot. And again, the Hanover defenders in the right spot managed to clear that thing.
Looks like it's a corner.
But it is a corner.
Yeah. So she probably called that she put it over the end line on purpose. So if you put the ball over the end line on purpose as a defender, it is a corner.
So the other night we saw both teams switch up which side they went to on these inserts, but tonight Triton's sticking with the same side every time. And Hanover able to clear that one. But a 1 versus 4 coming the other way.
And who stopped it?
Jones again with a great play. Still making a great play.
But she's on the right side of the
Still has the
field.
ball. Yeah.
So she switched over to the right side of the field.
It's a timeout. What's going on? No, she's coming back to this side again. What's a call here?
It looks like someone might be getting a green card, maybe. I'm not sure.
Huh. Delay here and all the action.
There's a Hanover girl by the table, so that I would believe that's maybe a green card.
Okay. And that's it. For how long do they have to sit
2
out?
minutes.
2 minutes, okay. So it's hockey. So Triton playing with a player advantage now. Can't quite get in the circle though. Oh, here's a chance. It's in.
Again, that's going to be a
No,
corner.
it's going to be another corner, yeah. That I could see. She definitely put that out.
She didn't even try to go to the sideline for that. So if that would continue, you could go to a stroke because it's intentional foul at that point.
So we got Paige Levitt closest to us on this side, and I don't think Hillick has come to her in a little bit and doesn't again here. Instead goes it all the way, brings it all the way across. It's right there. Hillick a chance. Paige a chance. Ball's still down in there. Another chance, and that's in the goal. Absolutely fantastic play by Triton, just relentlessly pushing that ball. Absolutely tremendous. I think Hillick had a chance at it, Paige Levitt had a chance at it. I'm not even sure who put the goal in after all. Was that Channing?
Number 13,
No,
Maya
Sullivan. Good for her. So goals from Amelia Height and Maya Sullivan. And Triton has a 2-0 lead here. About 12 minutes left to play in this game. Paige again down that right side. Play on, says the ref. She's got control of it. Brings it all the way in. And another corner.
Looks like.
And the Hanover fans getting a little upset. Have you seen anything that should make them upset other than just some bad luck?
Yeah.
Some relentless attacking from Triton. So again, Hillick, same side of the goal. Again, Paige on the near side. She brings it across the same way again. Ball's in there.
Nice stop.
Hanover a chance to clear it out, and they seem to. Triton's got it again, though. Maya again with the ball. She wants another goal. She doesn't get it, though. So now Triton is sitting on a 2-0 lead with 11 minutes, 10.5 or so minutes left in the game. Coach is telling the players keep attacking, right? It's way too early to kind of
Sure, absolutely. You want more.
Yeah.
Sportsmanship is required at all times. Please
Sullivan,
cheer positively for both teams.
rather Samantha
Respect
Kelly,
the officials on the field.
bringing
Thank
it down. The AD reminding everybody to be polite. And the official turning around to the crowd. Do you ever do that when you're an official?
No, I don't have rabbit ears, so I just ignore that, all that. Not saying that he does. He was throwing something off the field, so
all right.
he picked something up and threw it off.
Pick the right opportunity to do that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Not to say that I haven't had to deal with parents in games before, but
So Triton's still attacking here. Been kind of relentless. Ball popping up. Kelly chasing after it. And Hanover, though, playing 1 against 4. Their attack is just, it hasn't gone past midfield since that one opportunity they had midway through the third quarter. Here comes Triton again. Good stop there by Hanover. Allie fighting for it and finally ends up giving up the opportunity for Hanover. So is their player back in now? She must be. That 2 minutes must have gone by. Big swing. Chance to bring it in the circle. They can't. A little bit of chaos there. There's Jones making a stop. Jones taking control, keeping control. She can bring it out to Bell, or she can just bring it up herself. She's going to bring it up herself. Still under control. And then she loses it to number 13 on the Hawks. And there's a call. So 13 for Hanover, shoves Jones over. Moving a little slower now. Sends that ball down. Good play by Bell. Another good play. She's got a chance to do something here. Hillick now. Hillick throws it into the middle. Doesn't have a teammate in exactly the right spot, but Bell's still chasing. Samantha Kelly. Into the circle, another corner.
She got it first with her stick, but then it bounced up off her stick and then hit her in the shin. So
they have been relentless. So Hillick again from the same side. See if she brings it all the way across. It's been working for him. We'll see if it works again here. Hillick sends it all the way across. Ball's bouncing around.
Off her foot. You could tell by the noise. It was a different noise.
This will be the 5th corner of the 4th quarter. And again, we haven't seen Hanover get a single corner in this entire game with halfway through the 4th quarter now. Ball's across. Samantha Kelly keeps it in the box. Still keeps it in.
That's a good
Paige
pursuit.
Levitt. A lot of action there. Kelly again. Ball pops up. Levitt's on it. Gonna pop all the way back out. Allie Pugh again. Oh, no, it's going to be off Triton.
Lifted into the circle, so.
Can't lift it into the circle?
Not off a hit, not off a drive. So if she scooped it or flicked it, yes.
It's little subtleties, little nuances
Right,
of this
and then,
game.
you know, it went into a crowd. So, you know, had it gone in without anyone in front of it, then it might have been let go.
Ooh. Jones takes a hit, goes down hard, still taking her time getting up. Kelly all the way back on defense. Chance here for Hanover to do something. Triton trying to clear it out of there, and it's going to be off Hanover. Another call that goes against Hanover. And the fans not happy about it. Jones controls, keeps it in. He's going to send it down that sideline. That's off a Bell off her feet. Yep. Couldn't quite step over that one. Under 6 minutes to play now. For Hanover. Lifts it up. And it's going to go Triton's way.
Yeah, it was into a crowd, so it's based on danger when it goes into a crowd. Had that gone into open space, it's fine.
It's okay. Yep.
I mean, I think Norwell got away. Norwell.
Hanover. I did it to you.
Yes. Hanover got away with one there when Neela was run over.
Yeah.
That definitely could have been a card.
Yeah, there's been contact, but there hasn't been contact quite like that in these last 2 games.
You don't have the right to go through somebody.
Yeah.
You need to still have player control.
So Kelly sends it upfield. Paige Levitt takes control, takes it down that right sideline before she loses it out of bounds. She's quietly had a pretty good night tonight, too, on that right side.
Yeah.
Triton's defense, calm on the ball.
Yeah, Allie's done a great job on the right side over there as well.
Here comes Paige. She can send it across. All the way in. Opportunity here for Triton. Can't even see who that is. Oh, that's Amelia Height, I think. Back in the game now. Ball's going to come out. Just about 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Triton with a 2-0 lead. Looking good to advance in the playoffs here. Big swing.
That's a good little drive. It's the strongest drive I've seen yet today for them.
Brings it all the way across the 40. Nice little spin move on the ball by the Hanover player. And then she gets tripped up. That's got to be a call, yep. So now Hanover's threatening the 3:30 mark. Big throw in.
Nice save.
And that's going to roll in. And that's the first goal of the night. It's the first time they've really threatened like that. And Hanover finally puts one away. We kind of could feel that coming.
Well, and you know what? They changed up their tempo. Did you see how fast they took that free hit? And then, they carried it the 5 yards, put it right in. She got the first save, and then they put it in off a rebound. So it was, they definitely changed their tempo there and caught Triton a little off guard.
Yeah, Triton definitely feeling a little flat-footed. Maybe looking at the clock themselves right after I said they had a good chance. Maybe they were thinking it too. And Triton's defense lets one in, and now it's 2-1. 3.5 to play. The clock is stopped.
I think she's just managing the sideline over there a little bit, that's all.
So the ref having a chat. Both benches. Kind of cooling Triton off a little bit here. All right, Triton needs to get back on it. So here we go. Here comes Hillick. She sends it down. Bell, it's going to run out though. So now Hanover has yet to have a corner in this game, and yet they're only 1 goal away from tying it up. There's Jones. Good play. Chance for Bell to put her stick in it. She does. Really nicely done.
Yeah, got her foot.
Coming the other way, though. Good play by
number 3.
Devin Karpenko. She's been playing really well on this side. She brings it to the center.
You got to make sure someone's there, though.
Goal scored by number 22, Ava Toglia.
And here it comes down this near side again for Hanover. Jones on it, going to go out, and they're going to call it Triton ball. Number 10 can't quite believe it.
So all of a sudden you see the pace from both teams have picked up here.
Absolutely picked up with 2 minutes and 20 to play. Hanover ball coming this way. Expecting a really big hit right here. Comes all the way down. Jones off her stick. Nice little play. He's going to bring it out to the side. Controls it. Still controls it. Spins it around. It's finally off her foot. Number 10 is having a tough night playing against Jones.
Well, I think the first foul should have been called for a body. And if that had been called, then all of this would have been irrelevant.
Right.
So.
And now Jones with a chance to send it. She does. Hillick. Good charge down this left sideline. It's going to run out. It's going to be Triton ball. 1.5 minutes to play. Triton with just the 1 goal lead. Sends it across the middle.
I would be slowing my tempo down a little bit here. I wouldn't be taking free hits very quickly.
Kind of just taking your time with the ball a little bit more.
Without, being obvious that you're slowing down your tempo.
Paige brings it in, though, and that's up in the air. Almost goes in. Goalie has to kick it out. Chance for Kelly. Chance for Hillick. Chaos in front of the net. Not sure what's going on.
It's the stroke. She's on top of the ball. So if the goalkeeper gets on top of the ball and it becomes unplayable, then you call a stroke. But as an official, you give them a chance to get up, and you could just tell she was in a butterfly there.
She wasn't going to be able to move.
She wasn't going to be able to get up.
Yep. So the clock stops at 50 seconds here. Everybody having a chat.
Probably need to put a little more time on that clock. I don't think they stopped in time. I think that's why the other official is over there.
So is it just essentially a penalty shot here?
Correct.
58 seconds, you were right. They put 8 more seconds back on the clock. So basically a minute to play, 2-1. Hillick.
So what they do is they ask the keeper if they're ready first, and then she say yes or nothing, and then they say, Stroker, are you ready? And then she'll either say yes or nothing, and then the whistle is blown.
And you can go high, low, anywhere, right?
Correct.
Lift this ball all you want.
You just can't have a drive.
And that's in the net. Maddie Hillick scores the goal to extend that lead to 2 again for the Triton Vikings with a minute left to play. And it was the pressure. It was just the relentless pressure that forced a mistake by the Hanover goalie. And Hillick gets the 3rd goal of the game after playing really well all night and really not playing where we saw her on Monday night, where she was up high the whole time. This time she seemed to be playing a lot more in the midfield, but relentless, and she gets up there and she scores. So 1 minute left for the Hanover Hawks. Big swing.
I probably would have let that go.
And there's Dylan. Sends it out to Riley Bell. And it's going to be called on Riley. Going to go to the Hanover Hawks. Big swing there. Dylan Karpenko. Opportunity here for Hanover to get another one on the board, but Jones is there. Oh, she spun around. Number 10 for the first time gets the better of Jones. 24 seconds left. Absolutely no time. They're looking for a corner. They're looking for anything.
Right,
here.
you want to put it in, get it off someone's foot. Yeah.
Comes in, sends it out. Bella's over there on it, but it's not going to matter. 6 seconds left, 4 seconds left.
Who blew a whistle?
Not sure. Whistle on the far sideline from the far side ref?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And here it comes. This is the last play for the Hanover Hawks to make it 3-1. The ball's in there. Total chaos, and it just misses wide. Just misses wide as the horn goes off. The Triton Vikings are going to advance in the playoffs with a 3-1 win over the Hanover Hawks. That was a good one. Wow, 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 that was a good one.
The last 3 minutes was quite a flurry.
It was intense, and right after I said something about Triton advancing is right when the Hanover team, like you said, just picked up their pace of play just enough to put that goal in.
Maybe had they done that more, I mean, that really caught Triton off guard, how quickly they took that free hit. It was almost like how Triton was playing against Old Rochester, how they were taking the ball, the free hit so quickly, all of a sudden Hanover did that, and when they were like, oh, whoa.
And it might have, part of it might have been Triton actually stepping back a little bit. Maybe the whole game they were playing at that same pace with Hanover, and then as soon as Triton took a step back and played a little bit off that pace is when Hanover was taking advantage of it. So good for Triton to be able to keep that pace up almost the entire game, with the exception of that one goal, and then Maddie Hillick with a chance to sort of put things away.
Right, with that penalty
shot. So that was fantastic. So excellent. So Triton Vikings advancing, the number 3 seed here in the what division of the state is this?
This is Division 3.
Division 3 state tournament. And we'll see what happens next. Maybe they'll get a chance to play Pentucket again on the other side of the bracket.
They could meet
happen.
If both of them continue. Yes, they could meet.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Robin. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, yes, it has.
I did not realize how much I enjoy field hockey until this week. So this has been great. Bob, thank you. VTV, thanks very much. And who knows? We may have another game.
Maybe.
Anything can happen.